of getting started. What's going on, guys? We'll be with you in just a sec. Just getting started here. As y'all get in, or if you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and skip forward if you like to the content, but we're going to get started here in just a second. Let me turn the volume on this sound down a little bit. Anyway, so I'm starting a Jesus Christ. I'm starting a music channel on YouTube where we're going to do, it's going to be so that's what I'm listening to right now. It's a continuous live stream on YouTube. And so what I want to do, and this channel is probably making just off of YouTube ad revenue, like 3,000 to 5,000 per month.
Nice.
Or sorry, per day, not per month, per day.
Even better.
Per day, $3,000 to $5,000 in revenue per day, just off of the ad revenue from that music channel. So I'm actually working with a DJ. He's putting together a 2 to 3 minute mix, and we're going to launch our own like entrepreneur style, chill vibes, like radio channel. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I can't wait.
That'd be awesome.
What's going on, Justin? Oh, do you have 2 screens in front of you?
I do not.
All right. Well, if you want to, if you have a way to, you can open up another screen, just because a lot of people don't realize this, but you'll have questions asked. So you might want another, you got a minute till we start. So you're fine if you want to go ahead and put up. But you might want it open as the comments come in, because we do have quite a few people who are going to jump on here, and I'm going to help you filter through some of the comments. But if you want a second screen to see those comments coming in, that'll help you out. What's going on, Harvey? Isaiah, what's up, man? What instruments do I play?
Audio.
Unfortunately, I don't play any instruments. I've always wanted to learn guitar, and when it comes down to it, my companies have always gotten in the way. So basically, I'm putting more time into businesses than I ever have been able to with guitar. But that's the one instrument I do want to learn. That, and actually I have 2. That and piano. I really want to learn piano. I think that would be really fun to learn. Jamie says she loves the sweatshirt. Thank you. She has one. I got her one for Christmas. Ted says, bruh. Marcus, hello from Grenada. What's up? It's far away. Diego Avila, cool. Sin, way to go. Yeah, Sin is actually the guy who hooked me up with the DJ that I'm talking to. Hopefully he has the time to fit me in. That's the thing. He's pretty busy too. So you're a Limp Bizkit fan, Jordan. I know you spent time in. Of course I'm a Limp Bizkit fan. Dude, I was born in the 90s. Definitely a Limp Bizkit fan. Harvey Specter from Bosnia. Yes, I finally caught a live, my first live. Glad to have you here. As you guys hop in, just do me a favor, help me out, and hit the thumbs up so that way we can show people tonight who Chris is and what he is so great at. You guys, he's one of the guys who I invited to do some guest trainings in my course. And though he is only specific to the real estate industry, his teachings are something that you can take and apply to any industry or niche. That's the coolest thing. It's all about creating conversation and then using that conversation to ultimately drive leads and drive sales. And that's what we're going to do tonight, guys. I'm going to introduce Chris here in just a, well, I'm going to introduce him right now, but I'm going to let him take over here for a little bit in just a minute. He's going to run through a messenger bot and messenger ads training with you guys. Basically showing you guys how to set up messenger ads in Facebook and then how to integrate that with your automation or your messenger bot campaign that you plan on running or setting up for these local businesses. If you guys are using messenger bots, this is definitely something you're going to want to pay attention to. It's going to be an interesting video to go over. Jose, what's going on, man? Yeah, glad to have you. Glad to see you're still in the game. Angel Mendoza, what's going on from Vancouver? Abdelhamid, I think that's how you say your name, from Egypt. What's going on, man? Glad to have you guys here. So let me give a little intro. Basically, though, outside of what I just told you, Chris is a messenger bot and Facebook ads messenger professional. I don't like to say the word guru, even though we use it sometimes, but he's a professional at what he does for sure. He has several clients. How many clients? Let me turn off this sound now that we're actually live here.
Around 75 right now using our templates.
So he has 75 real estate agents using his template, which is basically a messenger template that he's built and tested. He spent several months, he spent several thousands of dollars in ads testing and making sure that the templates he was setting up were going to work. And why Chris knew this was going to work was because he's also a real estate agent. He's not currently anymore, I don't think, but he was in the real estate industry for a while. And so he understood the industry and what was missing. And he's also been in the marketing industry long before that. So he knows plenty about the digital marketing space, and ultimately found his niche in real estate and creating messenger bots and messenger ads and building out those templates and basically selling those to real estate agents all across the country. If you guys don't know about the real estate industry or much about it, there are millions, literally millions of real estate agents or real estate related professionals in the US alone, just in the US. So he can take this template and sell it over and over and over. And there's new ones coming into the market every single day. But point being, he knows what he's doing with ManyChat is what we're going to talk about tonight, and Facebook ads. And he's put together a little presentation for you guys to kind of go through it and show you guys what really you need to consider when you're setting up these campaigns. Again, this example tonight is going to be focused more on the real estate industry. But remember, all you have to do is take the ideas that he's giving, right? The strategy that he's promoting to you, or teaching you guys rather than promoting. He's teaching you guys a strategy that you can take, switch up the messages and the content, switch up the value offers and the discounts or whatever it is that you're using to drive leads, apply the same strategy to your campaigns, and you have a messenger bot and automate and messenger ad system in place that's going to drive leads. All right. So without further ado, let's let Chris take over here. Chris, why don't you go ahead and say hey, and then feel free to tell them about Book Me Solid a little bit. And then after that, you can go ahead and go into your presentation. Don't forget to share your screen.
Hey guys, thanks for having me today. My company is bookmesolid.com. Like Jordan said, I built out a template set and I just sell it over and over and over again. So I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing today. So let's hop into screen share. Can you see my screen?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I actually built you out a demo for a dentist. But let's get started here. So today we're talking about Facebook Messenger ads. And here's what one looks like. And I know you're thinking it probably just looks like a typical ad, but really the only difference is the call to action. So you'll see the call to action there says send message.
Right.
And really, here's the cool part. Imagine one click and you're instantly in their inbox with your offer. So you're probably
what's so great, dude, is like the open rates, like for the open rates and engagement rates with messages. That's the best part, because that's where they are. So yeah, you're in your inbox. You're in their inbox, but you're also in the #1 inbox to be in.
You are. And I mean, the best part right now, everybody's sending people to a landing page or to a Facebook lead form, but then you still have to do something. You're still calling them and they're not really expecting a phone call.
Right.
It's a whole lot easier if you just keep that conversation going, right? So they clicked on the ad and now they have this. And then they can click on view home and actually get the home. So why is that cool? It's instant gratification for the user. They get what they want and I'm not involved. The agent's not involved. It's instant feedback for the business owner because they can see how engaged the prospect actually was. Was they just window shopping or was they really interested?
Right.
And then you can leverage it for retargeting so that you're super relevant. And that's really the most powerful part, because with real estate specific, people aren't really ready to buy right now. They may be a few months out, but you can stay in their face. Works the same with products too.
Right. And that's what, one of the big things we talk about either in my course or just in general, guys, is the fact that when you're creating content, whether it's for email or whether it's for Facebook ads or Instagram ads, whatever it is that you're promoting, when you create content, it needs to be specific to the user. If you're mass broadcasting messages, or if you're mass broadcasting your ads to everyone who's visited your website, you're not really doing it the right way most of the time. You can mass broadcast messages to your entire, traffic to your site, but it should be something like, hey, we're launching a new product. We want you to know about this. But if it's a specific product that you've already had and you've been selling and they visited one time, but now you're mass broadcasting them a bunch of other products that they never had any interest in to begin with, you're going to have a much lower conversion rate. And then ultimately you're spending more money on ads that should have been spent elsewhere. So it's all about making sure that it's specific, like Chris is saying.
Absolutely. So I'm going to tell you a secret tonight, and don't tell too many people. Right now, messenger ads are really, really cheap.
Yep.
You've had plenty of time to read this comment now, but basically she spent $100 and got 1 buyer appointment and 2 seller leads that are next year. So whenever I got this was in December. So what does that mean for a real estate agent? Most commission starts out around 6,000 and it goes up to like 20 or so.
Right.
She's netted around 45 since November, the end of November, and she's only spent $400 or $500.
Yep.
So the reason it's so cheap is because nobody's doing it. So right now is the time to hop on that. Here's another one. This guy started using my template last week, right? He's at about $100. And the most important part is it says our phones have been blowing up, right? Like they kind of went the opposite direction, but it still works and they're still happy. You know what I mean? He's got 500 subscribers for less than $90.
Right.
And he also, let's see, he met with 2 buyers already, and then he had 3 more set up for this week. So that's pretty cool.
Definitely getting results. That's for sure.
Definitely. So there's 2 different types of conversations you can have. If you're just screwing around and you build out a Facebook ad and pick the messenger option, you're going to have a manual conversation. I don't advise that. That means you're required. That means if you're not there, it ain't going to happen, right? So automated is the way to go. And I'm going to show you how to use Messenger Bot to do that. So I like ManyChat. ManyChat's like the simplest tool ever. And then there's basically 3 different types of ads you can run. These are just basically positions. Destination ad is just in your news feed. It looks the same as what I showed you a minute ago. It's just a different call to action. A sponsored message is where they've already reached out to you. You're paying to get back in their inbox. So that it's very prominent that you paid to be in their inbox. It kind of highlights it and makes it stand out. And then the home section, if you notice in your messenger inbox, there's only really 1 ad. So you can kind of dominate that space, especially if you're in a niche that's not really running messenger ads, which is pretty much everybody.
Right.
So take advantage of that one right now. So let's build an ad. So I'm going to hop out of here. Tell me if you can still see my screen.
Yep, we're good.
All right.
Just don't click stop sharing at the bottom right there and you'll be all right. And if you would, go ahead and maximize it all the way. Go ahead and take over the entire screen. And if you can, F11 or full screen it completely, just so that way it zooms in. You might have to zoom in kind of far too, just because the resolution sometimes on these playbacks makes it a little harder to see, especially with smaller words. So we can go through it slower if we need to.
Sure.
But
so like I said, we're going to automate this thing. Basically, I think I skipped a few slides. Let's hop here. So today, our offer is going to be for a dentist, and it's basically calling them out free teeth whitening for your special day. So I'm trying to attract women with this, and we will be going after, women in your area, 25-mile radius, and we'll be going after women that are like newly engaged or that have an anniversary coming up.
Right.
So let's hop back over here. So imagine that they click the send message button. They're going to get like a welcome message that says this right here. It's going to say, well, I'll get to that in a second so it'll make more sense. Basically, there's another message that's kind of like an opt-in that they have to click 1 button to opt into.
Right.
I lost my screen. Where did it go? What happened? There we go. Okay, but once they click that opt-in, they're going to get congratulations, first name. We're excited to be part of your special day. When would you like to come in for your free teeth whitening? So we give them options.
Right.
And then we just move on over here. And then we
zoom out a little bit, probably. It looks like it's coming through pretty good. Just a little bit. There you go. Right there. That'll be good.
So then we ask, what time of day do they prefer? And then we ask, that question that everybody loves. Do you have insurance?
Right. Pretty much just going through the entire process that a desk admin would ask them without including an actual person.
You got it. And it's, they could be doing this in the middle of the night, which is great. So they can wake up to this. But at the end here, Basically, we're ending it by saying, let me check my calendar and I'll get back with a few times. What you could actually do is most dentists already have an appointment calendar, and you could just link directly to that and kind of skip a few of these questions.
Right.
So that would definitely be the easier route to go, but you want to make sure it makes sense. You don't want it to start asking, what's your name and what's your email and all that stuff, because you want to keep that conversation going here. It's just a better flow.
Right.
So from here, we need to create a keyword, and the keyword is basically what's going to launch the ad. So let me go over here into automation, and then there's a keyword section. You can see I've created a keyword, I'm new, and then it's going to opt into the the dentist example that I just showed you.
Right.
So I'm going to show you how to build out an ad using that keyword that we just created. So in here, you're going to want the messages objective.
Right.
And we'll just scroll down here and give it a name. It's taking just a second.
It's all good. We're streaming, so it's going to be a little slower for both of us.
Those Facebook ads, it's always slow.
Yep. Well, business manager, period.
Yep. So we'll just go with Woodstock because that's where I'm at. And then we'll do that 25-mile radius and female, like I said. And then we'll go down here to the targeting and we'll go for newly engaged, 1 year, or we'll go for anniversaries that are coming up.
Right.
Because Facebook knows everything. So we'll do anniversaries within 31 to 60 days. And that'll give us a pretty decent sized audience, 23,000 people. And we'll just scroll down here and choose our placement. So with Facebook Messenger ads, you don't want them in Instagram. They don't really play the same way.
Right.
You can put them in Marketplace, which is pretty cool. So that is another option, but that's still considered a news feed.
Right.
So in here, you just want to unselect Instagram. And then you'll just move on here. We can leave the budget. You can set it at $5 a day per audience.
Budget, like, or whatever, you're the ones who break up your budget and determine how much to go into each ad. So you guys know what to do there.
Yeah, absolutely. To give you an idea with Messenger ads, we've been starting conversations between 50 cents to $1. I've seen one guy do it at 9 cents. So it's just really about the area.
And I want you guys to understand one thing. He said right there, starting conversations, because that is super important to get about marketing. Everybody thinks it's all about driving leads and getting sales, but to get to that point, you have to start a conversation with someone. And it doesn't necessarily, and that's not necessarily all of the time. And I'm not necessarily saying that it needs to be a literal conversation, but it needs to be something where there is an exchange of some kind happening between you and that potential audience, whether it's them giving you an email for a download or whether it's them communicating with you via Messenger, but getting that conversation started so that way you know what they want and what they're looking for. If you're never having that conversation with potential customers, you're never going to understand what it is that they're truly looking for to begin with. So you're going to miss the ball as far as you delivering quality content or value or whatever it is from a marketing perspective to that potential audience. So keep that in mind. It is about starting conversations. It's not always just about driving leads. Like, for example, car dealerships, they want to set appointments rather than get leads or people interested in buying a car. They want to set appointments inside the dealership, people coming in. So what does that require? That requires a conversation to happen, whether it's through someone at the front desk or via Messenger on Facebook. Okay. So I want you guys to really, really take that to heart and understand the importance of starting a conversation versus actually, just trying to generate a lead for a business. That's not what you should be trying to do.
It is
not at the cold traffic stage.
It is all about the conversation, because if you think of email is kind of broken communication. It's just a shot in the dark. That's why you send so many emails. You're hoping you'll get them. This right here goes straight from the ad to the offer and then starts that conversation. So you're instantly meeting them where they're at. Right. So we'll just continue building this out. So we'll go with a single image, and I downloaded a dentist image.
That works.
And I've got some copy down here for it. We'll just scroll down here and pop the copy in there. And then you see we have the headline. So the headline's basically going to be the call to action. This connect in Messenger. If you see that in your newsfeed, that means they're an idiot. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, you should never leave it as connect in Messenger. You should make it specific to your audience. Always.
So right here, we're going to do book your free teeth whitening session today.
Very, very straightforward. Book your free teeth whitening session today. You know, that's not necessarily something that every dentist or whatever is going to offer. But let's just say for this example, that's what they were willing to do to drive new customers to their location, especially women are more likely to commit to something like that and then make that their place of basically where they'll go get their teeth cleaned if they have a great experience on the first time.
Absolutely. So we're carrying on our message because we're saying for new patients only.
Right.
So we'll go down here and we'll create our message. So down here under the Messenger setup, you'll click on custom template, and then you'll want to create a new one. And you'll have a couple options here. Just want to clear that out, and then we'll populate it with, let's see. We basically want to ask, are they a new patient? Because if they're not a new patient, this doesn't apply to them. So you can leave it like that, or you can use it with an image. I like images because it just kind of
make it more engaging, guys. And one thing I want you guys to also understand, me and Ted were having this conversation the other day. The biggest difference between Messenger and email is long form versus short form. Or short form marketing. All right. Long form marketing versus short form. Email is a place where long form is acceptable. Messenger is not. Okay. So don't go writing 10-page books in Messenger for people to engage with and expect high conversion.
Absolutely. Nobody has time to read that. And I just give up after a few bubbles.
What you should do is if you're in a place like, for example, with my content, we're actually in the process of building all of our stuff out for Messenger as well. We've really mastered email, and that's where we spend a majority of our time. But obviously we realize the importance of Messenger and want to set up automations and campaigns there. Anyways, the one thing you have to realize is that if you want to get them to long form, but you're using something like Messenger, which is a short form version of marketing, you want to then find a way to push that Messenger contact to email. So drive them to a landing page that isn't necessarily built in Facebook or in ManyChat. Drive them to let's just say a ClickFunnels landing page and have them sign up for an email there where you can send them long form style of content. Okay. But just realize where you're having the communication and the differences between the two environments.
Absolutely. Like Messenger is going to be more for like notifications. Hey, I'm going live. We have an offer.
Right.
We're in town.
Right. Or we have this training, click and we'll send you a download. You can even do stuff like that, but the copy needs to be very short, to the point, and clear with regards to the objective and what you're trying to get the users to do.
Yep. So our last step, we're going to add our keyword, and the keyword is basically what's going to fire the thing off. So if we go back over here, you can see that my keyword is I'm new, and it's just like they're answering the question. So we're going to add a quick reply and put I'm new. Don't worry about this connect your bot button. So you can see how it says, this free teeth whitening session is only valid for new patients. Are you a new patient? So
then they click the button.
Yep.
You don't even have to type in the words, guys.
You don't. So let's preview that. Let's see what that looks like. So we'll come over here and I clicked on the ad. Here's what I'm going to get. The image is loading really slow.
Yeah. It's just because we're streaming.
But there is some teeth there. So I'm going to go ahead and click I'm new. And you'll see that my flow starts off. And it says, congratulations, Chris. We are excited to be part of your special day. And then, when's a good time, right? So ASAP. And we're just basically having that conversation that I mapped out.
And that's the thing, guys. The best way, and a lot of people have trouble with stuff like this, but really it's pretty simple. All you need to do is go into your client and say, hey, write out the process, the steps that you take to take in new clients, or to have this admin have a phone conversation with someone to set an appointment. Write out those steps for me. Then all you do is you go into Messenger and you build out that conversation. That's it. So you can, that's why I'm saying, if this is an attorney's office, if it's a doctor's office, if it's anybody who sets appointments or has phone calls to do consultations or anything like that, you can integrate one of these kinds of campaigns into your marketing campaign. So that way, this guy, let me see, we're going to do this. Bye. Some people did. So this guy earlier sends me a message and got mad at me because I didn't answer it in like 4 seconds, and then just starts cussing me out and like, you're worthless. Oh, my video's off. He's like, you're worthless. Wow. Blah, 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 you should be doing this. I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely not helping you. Like, right. People get ridiculous. Anyways, what were we talking about before I had to deal with someone? I completely.
Messenger marketing.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, man. People like that just irritate me because I didn't help him like instantly. So he got all on my case. He was like, you're fucking dope. Nobody likes your stuff. Well, I was just like, man, someone got real mad real quick. Anyways, but guys, basically the point of the conversation, I think I remember where I was going, is that you can take this process and apply it to any business. All you need is what conversation points are happening, what types of things are people interested in, whether it's real estate, whether it's, you know, so Chris, tell them about a couple of the, so you have a conversation, say someone's, it's looking for a home, right? You do the listing bot. Do you have one for buyers built as well, or is it just listings for right now?
Yeah, so you could actually embed this on your website. That could be a service in itself. As, hey, I add live chat to your website. You can get $1,000 for that, but then you can build out this conversation. Cool. What are you looking for? Right. So like we have a Facebook website bot. I don't have a better name for it, but basically it interacts on your Facebook page and your website, and it'll pop up and it'll have that conversation that says, are you looking to buy, sell, or ask a question?
Right. And there's so many ways, guys. You have to understand that people, they don't mind bots if it's done well. If it doesn't pertain to them, if it isn't sending them the information that they want, or like our bot, trust me, I know, guys, my bot sucks right now. Like you guys, you can tell me, I already know. We put it up because I didn't have the time to work on it. We were working on other things. Really, there's only so much time of the day, but our bot sucks, and I'm well aware. That's why it's already on the radar to get fixed. But if you don't have the right conversations with people, which we aren't currently having on our messenger bot, it's ineffective, which means people don't stay subscribed. They don't take the information in. So for example, one thing that I know we're doing wrong is we're mass broadcasting our YouTube videos to every single person, when we should really be sending them to the people who are most engaged with our YouTube videos as we send them out, people who stay engaged, right, over a specific amount of time. But we're not doing that. And I'm well aware of that. But that's the issue, is most people aren't sending catered information to people, and they're not following up in the way that the conversation should be had, is really the issue.
Yeah, I mean, you could even map out what are you interested in, have 2 or 3 topics, and then redirect them to your channel, to the specific playlist of those.
So, hey, Chris, I have a question for you, because some people on here, do you offer consultations on Messenger bot and Messenger training and ads and stuff like that? So that's the thing, guys. We put Chris's link in the description right below this video. If you guys are wanting some help, or if you're wanting some information about Messenger bot training, Chris is one of the people to hit up. This is someone that I would go to ask a question about ManyChat, or about even just Facebook ads in general. If I had a question, that's who I'm going to. And it's because this is what he does every day. He's literally sitting inside Messenger and ManyChat all day.
All day, every day.
So that's the thing, is if you have questions about Facebook Messenger, number one, he's in our program. So buy the digital marketing school and you can instantly get some of the access where he goes through all of those things that he just kind of briefly went over in this training. But also because you can reach out to him and get the help that you're looking for, guys. Seriously, hey, Chris, just subscribe to your channel. Cool. So you're getting new subscribers already. And that was the point, guys, because Chris is very intelligent. You guys know me. I'm not one to hold out on somebody who's going to be able to teach you guys something. If I trust someone with their ability to produce results and to do it in a way that's going to be beneficial to you guys as marketing agency owners, I'm going to bring him on and let him talk to you. And so me and Chris have been talking for a little while now, and he's done some stuff for us. He's, you know, helped us with some clients in the past. So I don't know. I definitely wanted to bring him on. I know that he's working on putting together a brand kind of like I have that's geared just towards Facebook Messenger and bots and training that kind of thing. So you guys just stay on the lookout with Chris. I'm pretty sure you have a group too, right? And we included that in the description as well. So if you want any of Chris's stuff, he's got a Facebook group. It's bookmesolid.com/community. And then he has bookmesolid.com, which is his actual messenger bot website. But if you want to join his community, he puts trainings on there. He does all kinds of free content like I do with YouTube in his Facebook group. So definitely join that. And you can even just, if you want just the free content, I'm sure he's happy with you guys joining his community and doing that as well.
Absolutely. The more the merrier.
Isaiah says, yeah, so like I just mentioned, we have some stuff with Chris Hardin. He's in there already going through some examples and some workflows and how to integrate them into your campaigns. I'm actually working out partnerships with some other people who are in the game as well. There's tons of people who are in the messenger bot game because it's such a popular industry. You guys might have saw my buddy Arvel Craig, who I've done some business with in the past as well with messenger and automation. We're having him come in on the new program, so I'm super excited for that. But yeah, guys, and in case you didn't know, we're doing a Digital Marketing School 2.0, and I'm super excited to do this. This is going to be really, really cool for you guys. We're doing complete updates and revamps on all of the content. We're doing new intros, new training videos on Facebook and Instagram, because we're obviously are very aware of all of the updates that they've added to just the ads platform alone. So we want to be able to talk about that with you guys, plus all of the other areas of marketing we're updating. We've updated our processes. We have some new tools, new really just procedures and structures that I want to be able to bring to you guys. And the cool thing is, if you guys are already in the digital marketing school, you're going to get the biggest discount of all. I haven't decided exactly how much, but since it's all new content, all new trainings, a brand new course, it's a 2.0 course, like the whole thing is going to be reshot. We obviously have to make some money somewhere. We can't just give away stuff for free for forever. But you guys are getting it at a super huge discount, like 80% off pretty much. So good for you guys. But for everyone else, the Digital Marketing School, brand new 2.0, we're thinking of selling it for around $600 to $700 just because of the insane amount of value that we're going to be bringing to it. And we have, like I said, new partnerships, new content that we're putting into it. We're really stoked to be bringing that to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. But before we get out of here, we have to do our last little thing. Hey, Chris, so what we do, I'm going to explain this to you, and then I want you to pick it, and then I'm going to choose the winner. If you guys are ready for the mentorship course giveaway, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button if you haven't already. If you don't, then you won't qualify to win the mentorship course. And lastly, leave a comment saying yes, that you're ready in the chat box, so that way I can know that you guys are ready for the question. When will you drop the 2.0 version? 2.0 is going to be a little bit. It's probably going to be about a month and a half to 2 months at the very earliest. And the reason is just because there's 1,000 things going on and only so much time in the day, like I always say. But we're trying to get it prepared in about a month and a half to 2 months to drop the 2.0 version. I might have Chris even see if he might stop in and do an updated video if he's willing to do that. But I think that it's going to be a really great course for you guys. I'm super excited to give it away, and we have a ton of people messaging in, so they're ready. So Chris, here's how this works. Basically, every week we do a giveaway for my mentorship program. And all they have to do is answer a question based on the discussion that we had today. So that's why, we have about 32 people watching right now. And most of them have been here the whole time because they know that they have to take notes. So take a question from anything in the training we did today and send it to me in the Hangouts chat really quick. And try not to make it to where they have to type in, a full complete paragraph to answer the question. Usually, a word to a few words for the answer would be great. But ask a question about the training we went into today, and then I'm going to ask that question to the audience, and then we'll pick a winner. He said, tell Chris his accent is dope. Facebook now requires individual approval for subscription messaging feature per Facebook page. Do the bot features require that? Facebook has denied my application twice on some client pages.
Where do you see that? I missed that.
I'll put it in the Hangout chat for you.
I see it right there.
Yeah. What do you know about that? Because as far as approval for subscription messaging, like to subscribe, it's as simple as opting in.
For broadcasting is what they're talking about. And basically I got declined too. But the cool thing about it is there was a deadline on it like in December, and they just decided to waive that for now. So just keep reapplying. They're not going to cut us out of it. But if they do, you can always go the sponsored ad route until you get approved, which sponsored ad, is 2 or 3 cents. To give you an idea, like it's basically paying per 1,000. So, I mean, it may cost you $20 to get in front of 1,000 specific people that were interested based on an interaction. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's probably worth that.
Right. So Crucible, I hope that answered your question. Yeah, I definitely need to look at that then myself. I didn't even know that they were doing that now. And that's only for broadcasts?
Yes.
So if I already have you subscribed through an automation, say you click on my messenger button on my page and then you ask to subscribe, that doesn't count, but it's only with broadcasts.
It's only for broadcast. So when you broadcast, hey, I'm going live, or you ask a question, like eventually you have to get approved for that. There's an approval process. There was like a 4 or 5 question thing. It was like, well, what type of things do you want?
Broadcast videos? Because those are broadcasts. Those are automated broadcasts, but I had them set up way before they ever said anything about that.
Yes and no, right? Like they'll quit working. That's
what I was going to say. Is am I grandfathered in, or is it going to stop?
I hope we're grandfathered in.
Yeah, that would be great. If I'm grandfathered in and don't have to deal with it, I'm good with that. All right. So your question was,
what's the last step to make the ad fire?
Right. So that's the question, guys. The question that we're going into, or that we're answering, is we just covered this in the last part of Messenger, but what is the last step to actually make the ad fire? What is the one thing that's required for you guys to actually make that ad fire? We talked about it. We talked about setting it up at the very end of the campaign, or really of building the campaign out. What is the last and most important thing? That is the question we're asking you guys to win the mentorship course. Have a trigger keyword. So Shade won the mentorship course for today. Congratulations, Shade. All I need you to do is send me a message on my Facebook business page, and we'll shoot out the promo code over there. So, man, that's funny too. Only one person answered. We usually get like 13, 14 answers in like all at once, but only 3 people answered actually. Shade, paying attention.
That's the most important part. If you don't do that, it's not going to work for you.
Crucible said, I just joined the live, damn it. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we go live. But, Chris, I just want to say thank you for joining me tonight. I know that everybody really enjoyed that video. Guys, if you are wanting to learn anything more about Messenger bots or Facebook Messenger ads and running those as a campaign, make sure that you guys reach out to Chris. His information, again, is in the description below. He has bookmesolid.com is his website, and then bookmesolid.com/community. That's how you can join his actual Facebook group. What's AMA?
Ask Me Anything.
No, I know. Is that a different group?
No, that's if you want one-on-one. That's a straight link to get to me.
And if you want to set up, I'm about to put it in the chat right now. If you want to set up a meeting with Chris, all you have to do is go to bookmesolid.com/askmeanything, or really AMA is what that stands for. So Ask Me Anything. Go to that link right there, and you can reach out to Chris and ask him questions about Facebook Messenger. Again, really, I suggest joining his group. That's going to be one of the best places because he always responds to his comments there, and he's always posting free training there. And I'm sure that if you messaged him on there or left him a comment there, he's just going to send you that link for the AMA anyway. So, but really, guys, check out Chris. He's got a ton of really great stuff on Facebook Messenger and incorporating it into your campaign. Ultimately, though, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. We have a ton of really cool stuff coming up here in the very near future. I actually just had a meeting today and basically verbally signed a contract for a new videographer. So we're going to be putting out some personal blog style videos of just script citation. What was that?
So that's exciting.
Yeah, dude. I have, so we're doing things like going skydiving. I'm going to the Florida Keys here in March. So basically I have a videographer who's going to be following me around to those places, which is going to be weird. But it'll be fun at the same time. And it just means I get to put together better content for you. Also, last thing I do want to mention, because we are, dude, Process Street, which Chris, you're going to want to look into this at some point. Process Street is this really cool tool. You guys go ahead and look at it if you feel like it, or if you're at the point where you're trying to build out operational workflows for your agency. If you're hiring a bunch of people on your team and you need help managing those processes, or really streamlining the process to create content, create ads, create campaigns, dude, Process Street is where it's at. I'm super excited about this and being able to incorporate it. So we spent, it's expensive. We spent $3,000 on this software. It's an annual subscription, but basically what it allows us to do is start processes and set up workflows for everybody. It is basically a workflow builder. And once you click play, the person who inputs information, it kicks off all of that information to all of the different people and what they need to do with that information for each task. So if it's just creating a blog, we click one button and then boom, all of that information goes out to the rest of the team, which is like 12 people. And then they start their individual tasks for creating that content. But dude, like Asana, I thought was great. And Asana is great to start, but as you scale, you obviously have to improve your internal processes. And dude, Process Street is really, really cool. I'm excited to incorporate this.
Was it easy to set up, or did that take a little while?
It's going to take you some time. So I've had Ted doing it because he's more operational, analytical, very detail oriented, where I'm more creative mindset. So I'm all over the place. So I basically told him, I sit down and I tell him exactly what I need to happen for a campaign to run smoothly. And then he goes and builds out all of the processes. So he's put a lot of time into it. I'd say at least over 200 hours.
Nice. But once you have it set up, it's repeatable. You just pick
exactly, or minor adjustments are made to fix those processes. So the investment of time up front sucks, but the amount of time it's going to save us the rest of this year is going to be outstanding. And the money that goes into extra labor costs because of inefficient systems, all of that, right? So we're super excited about that. But the reason I'm telling you guys this is because once we solidify it, we're going to sell that system to people, because this is seriously something that you'll be able to take for any agency and apply it to your agency. And boom, you have all of the structures in place as far as internal operations are concerned to run any kind of campaign you want. I'm pumped for it, but that's going to be,
with that.
Oh yeah. But when we sell that, that's going to be, we're going to sell that for $10,000 to $15,000, because that setup took us probably at least $20,000 worth of time and input to build. But I'm excited for it. It's going to be a really cool system. And those of you who have agencies that you're doing well and you just need to scale, that's that next step, is internal operational workflow scaling. But no shade, Facebook business page. Go to facebook.com/serial entrepreneur and send me a message there. We'll put it over there.
Well, appreciate you having me, Jordan.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on. Oh yeah, if you need to, you can actually go ahead and exit out. I'm getting questions in still, so I'm probably going to hang out for a little bit. I think it'll just close out your call. It shouldn't do anything on my end.
Okay, man. I'll chat with you soon.
Anyways, guys, check out Chris's stuff. He's the man. And Chris, thank you again for joining me. I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye. So guys, that's pretty much it. Let me go through some of these questions before I get out of here. We did the free course giveaway. Quick question. How long did it take you to become really efficient in social media marketing? It took me about really 2 years. And that's because your first 3 years, it's going to take you that long. You're not just going to automatically jump out of the gate, especially if you've never run a business before, and just be efficient as hell, unless you buy the system like I was just talking about to you guys. And that's the thing. There aren't too many agencies out there that are willing to sell that system, because that's what makes them money, is having that unique system. That's really what, that's our IP. That's our stuff, our intellectual property. That's what I'm trying to look for. That's our IP that we've created, that's making us more money, that makes us more efficient as a marketing agency. So, you know, it takes a while. It's not something, and even once we get that set up, we still have to, there's still going to be areas of improvement for the next 5 years, because that's what the first 5 to 10 years of a business are. And even once you reach the 10-year point, there's never a time where you stop optimizing and making your business more efficient. That's what business is taking a system and then continually optimizing and adjusting and updating and changing, right? The assembly line didn't remain the same for forever, right? Ford built the assembly line, but then they started making adjustments to the assembly line to speed up the process, right? So that way they can become more efficient. And ultimately today, what are they doing to assembly lines? They're still updating. They're taking out the human factor and they're inputting robots, right? To make it more efficient. Things are always updating. So never think of things as just a one-time thing. You always are continually looking for areas to improve or processes to improve. Could you repeat the course special deal again? We're not doing a special deal. Basically, what I'm telling people is to get in now because you're going to get a super big discount if you're enrolled right now. When we do the 2.0 version, you're not going to pay anywhere near full price. It'll be like 80% off if you're already a digital marketing school student, not MAP or personal brand. You have to be a digital marketing school student. If you're currently enrolled, then when we release the 2.0 course, we're going to give it to you guys at a super big discount because I always told people who joined me in the beginning, and with my first version of the course, that if you stick with me, I'm going to give you a super big discount. I'm going to make sure that you don't pay full price to continue your education. So profit sharing is a good thing. If you don't believe me, ask one of my students, Kayla Haley. She's doing profit share with 2 or 3 different businesses now. And I think off of her profit share, she's going to be in the 6 figures just off of her profit share deals here in the next 2 years. That's just her profit share. That's not like revenue that she's incurring or that she's taking in with her agency. Systems make bank. Any more workshops, come to Austin for SXSW. Marcel Jules, do me a favor. Reach out to me on facebook.com/serial entrepreneur. Shoot me a message over there and shoot me some information or a link about the SXSW because I'm always looking for more conferences. If you guys ever have conferences that I could be attending for digital marketing or entrepreneurship or sales or whatever, if you have any conferences like that that I could apply to that are, you know, high-level conferences that they're taken seriously, definitely send them to my business Facebook page via Messenger. That is definitely something that I appreciate. But Marcel, send me that on Facebook Messenger. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here, guys, though. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have a great night. But I will see you guys next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time like we always do. But until next time, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.